Good morning. Hi guys, it's Stephanie from Getting Gazelle. Today is Wednesday and we are on the way to our classical conversations group. So as you see, I have, hi Isaiah, so interested. Yes, he has some cotton candy grapes. He wants everybody to know. Say hi, Xander. So it is 8:19. My GPS is telling me it's going to take 20 minutes today now that school is in session for everybody else. So we are headed, and then everybody has their own classroom. I have kids in every group this year because of their age differences. And it's a regular day for me, so I'm not working in the nursery. I'm only in classrooms today. So, but look at our big pile of junk. Because that's what it takes to get us someplace. Alright, I'll check in when we get there. Okay, moms and dads and friends. So, we are back from classical conversations. Oh my gosh. We have had a very, very busy day. So classical conversations is just a program used to classically teach our children. And so we did, I was with Solomon's class again today. For those of you that don't know, Solomon has apraxia of speech. And apraxia of speech also comes with some motor delays, fine motors, gross motors, etc. And so Solomon needs a little bit more help than what most of his classmates do. So that's why, if I have an option, I pick Solomon's class. Xander was much better in his class today, so Xander did not need any assistance from me. Julianne rocked out her class, and Lainey, of course, rocked hers out. So we have class from 9 to noon. And during that time, we go over English, we go over math, we go over a history sentence, we go over a timeline, we go over, trying to think, science, we do a science experiment, we have a fine arts, right now we're drawing, so it's busy. And then we have an hour lunch break, so I sit with all the kids during lunch, and then my oldest, Delaney, has Essentials. And Essentials is another 2-hour program. So our homeschool day when we're at community ends at 3 o'clock. And man, about 2 o'clock I'm spent. But I did much better this time. I wasn't embarrassed by Xander. I'm getting to know the moms that I'm hanging out with. I'm getting to know their children. I'm getting to know my children's friends, which I think they're a little frightened of. Brandon had to come by the campus today. He got to see his 2 of his children do presentations. They do presentations all the way down to 4 years old every week. So if you're like me and you have a great fear of speaking in public, in the general public, these kids come out with so much more, I think, life skills as far as speaking. I know when I used to facilitate training classes, I used to literally look at the back wall for about the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then eventually I would get into my groove. I have this red splotch that starts on my chest and goes up whenever I have to speak in public. These kids are just doing it, and it's amazing. I mean, even Solomon with his apraxia, today he told the class about his 4 kitty cats. And so he told them their names, he told them who was brother or sister with who, he told them that Genesis right now is in quarantine because she has what is suspected to be a ringworm in her ear, which is contagious to both cats and humans. So it's amazing how much my kids have started to memorize. Now Xander is at a bit of an advantage when it comes to this program because Xander is an auditory learner. And so every time they set something to music, it's instantly in his head and it's just there. So today they learned how to count by 3s and 4s. He can count up to 48 by singing his skip counting song. His 3s, he can sing up to 36. So they go up to 12 for each one. So in just 2 weeks, we've learned 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s. And it's a miracle. Like, I had such a hard time teaching multiplication tables to my girls because nobody ever told me to teach them how to skip count first. Brandon, actually, that's how he learned when he was in public school, but I didn't learn that way. And so this has been interesting to see how it changes how I homeschool the younger ones. So I'm going to take a quick nap with Isaiah. It is almost 4 o'clock. I'm going to take probably about an hour nap, cat nap with Isaiah in my bed. And then when Brandon comes home, we are headed to church. We have church dinner and church service tonight. And then we are going to come home and crash. I'm probably not going to turn on the TV. People are shocked that I'm a stay-at-home mom and I rarely turn on the TV during the week. Like, rarely. So, I have some kids doing chores. I have some kids taking a nap. And the baby and I are going to take a nap. The reason that Isaiah is in my bed during this time is because I'm exhausted and I do not want to have to get up and enforce nap time. Right now, he's figured out how to get out of his crib, out of bed. It's just not worth it. It's much easier just to put him next to me and tell him to stay. There's just some hills I'm not willing to battle on. So, I will check in at church and at the evening. It's a day in the life of a CC mom. Hi again. I am napped. I rested from probably 4-ish to 5:15. I have Brandon with me. Say hello.
Hi, I'm about to take a nap.
No, you can't take a nap. You're driving. Isaiah took a nap with me. Solomon, did you sleep?
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy. And then the girls did their chores. And Xander watched a show. And now we are headed on our way to church. Where we will have dinner. The kids will go to their programs. Lainey will go to youth group. And Brandon and I will go to worship together. I forgot my lipstick and I didn't bring my purse. So I only grabbed my notebook. So that is what we're going to do. I am tired, but I'm always tired on Wednesdays. So we're just gonna push through and try church this week. Last week we were so tired. I was so tired and exhausted and overwhelmed that we did not even attempt to go to church.
I was super sick last week.
And Brandon was super sick. So I definitely didn't attempt to go to church and take all 5 without him with me. So I will check in after church and maybe I'll show you a peek inside of our church. We go to a very large church, but maybe I'll show you inside maybe during worship time or something. It's a large church. It's a very large church. It's like, what, members? Like 14,000. But it feels like a very small church, which we've only ever gone to one other really large church. That was our home church in Augusta, Georgia. And it felt like a very small church to us too. But it wasn't this big. This is back before our church had a new church plant and grew and all that stuff. So it's kind of neat to we've always been in churches that have had visions of getting bigger and multiplying and splitting and doing other church plants. It's kind of neat to walk into a church who's already done all that. Not that it allows us to be lazy, but it sure does make it nice for having services and having things already put in place. So maybe I will give you a view into our church. We'll see. So we had dinner at our church. And now we are headed into the sanctuary for our message. Brandon has taken the little kids to the preschool ministry. In fact, that right there in the yellow is Brandon. Beautiful church. The stage. We sit somewhat close, but they have balconies after balconies after balconies. It's a very, very large church. So the thing Brandon and I like the most is that it is not watered down, which is exactly why Westboro Baptist Church came and picketed us some months ago. So we have all kinds of ministries below, the church blog, all kinds of stuff. It's really cool.
Hey y'all, it's Brandon from Getting Gazelle. Just wanted to close out this video. We are home from church now. It's just me, Stephanie. We got some very bad news, but Stephanie's friend from a long time passed away tonight. She lost her battle with cancer, and she definitely went to be with the Lord. So we'll be praying for her family. She had 3 small children and a husband, so we'll be praying for them as they get through this. And you know, we know that she's in a much better place right now than we are, but it just doesn't make things any easier, that's for sure. So you know, if you can just throw up a prayer for her and her family, to just help them get through this, we would definitely appreciate that. As always, if you have any prayer requests, you can definitely put those below. You can find us on Facebook, or you can email us at gettinggazelle@gmail.com. We will talk to y'all soon. We'll keep you updated. Thanks.